The world after the flicker wasn't the same. Not in any dramatic, apocalyptic way, for no skyscrapers toppled, no continents cracked apart, but in subtler, stranger ways. Echoes of that brief cosmic reboot clung to everything like static on an old radio. Elias Vance noticed it first at the university. He was a physicist, or at least he had been before physics itself had started behaving like a rumor rather than a rule. Sitting in his lab, he stared at the pendulum experiment he had set up 2 weeks earlier. The long silver sphere should have swung back and forth in a perfect, predictable arc. It always had. But today it twitched mid-swing as if invisible fingers plucked it sideways. The monitoring equipment caught it too, a fractional deviation, a momentary violation of inertia. And the weirdest part, the timestamp on the anomaly, 3.4 seconds into the recording. The same number burned into everyone's mind since the flicker. Across the world, more disturbances whispered into the lives of the ordinary. In Sao Paulo, a young woman dreamed vividly every night, only to discover the next day that new architectural designs had appeared in her sketchbook, drawn in her own hand but completely foreign to her memory. In Nairobi, herds of animals migrated along paths they hadn't used in centuries, as if they remembered different maps of the earth. In Tokyo, street musicians played melodies that shouldn't have existed, impossible hypnotic progressions that listeners swore they almost remembered, like a song from a life they never lived. Governments tried to quarantine the anomalies. The Reality Stability Initiative dispatched sleek black drones to monitor hot zones, areas where echoes of the flicker persisted strongest. They released daily reports, reassuring the public that reality remains fundamentally intact. But everyone knew the world was haunted by itself. Elias found his hands shaking as he scrolled through footage on the underground channels. Footage the RSI tried to suppress. A man walking through a crowded street, flickering, momentarily transparent, before solidifying again. A desert that overnight became a lush field of bioluminescent plants, only to wither back into sand by morning. Entire city blocks where time stuttered and blurred like an old videotape rewinding for a breath. Each video ended the same way, a pulse, a resonance, a sound almost like a heartbeat, but made of something deeper than sound. Thum thum. It was as if the world had been rebooted, yes, but the process hadn't completed. The system was still syncing, still loading. And the syncing wasn't happening smoothly. That night, staring out over the quiet city, Elias wrote a message to his colleagues. We were wrong to assume it was a one-time event. The flicker wasn't a glitch, it was a handshake. Something on the other side reached out, and it's still reaching. We need to prepare. He hit send, heart pounding. Outside his window, the city lights shivered, not because of an earthquake, not because of a storm, but because the very skin of reality rippled, faint but unmistakable. Elias realized something chilling. The world wasn't rebooting into what it had been. It was rebooting into something new, and no one knew what would wake up next. End of chapter 2.